Buy my food. Question 1. A man has a piece of land with a market value of 25,000 ringgit. He has two options, either to sell the land now and invest in a scheme which offers an interest of 5.5% compounded monthly, or to sell after 4 years at 30,000 ringgit. What will your advice be? Let's decide which option we should choose for the man, starting with option 1. So let's start off with our principal here, which is 25,000 ringgit. Meanwhile, our annual interest rate is 5.5%, our compounding periods per rate is 12 times per year, and our time in years is 4 years. In order to complete this option, we need to refer to this formula. That is why 25% needs to be timed by 1 plus 5.5% divided by 12 and over 12 times 4. Therefore, you'll get the face value of 31,136 and 26 cents. So, selling the land now and investing in the scheme is better financially, as it yields approximately 1,136 and 26 cents more than option 2. Question 2. Young deposit RM800 into an account that pays an interest of 7% compounded semi-annually. 2.5 years later, he made another deposit into the account. What is the value of the second deposit if he wants the account to be worth 2,000 ringgit 3 years after the second deposit? So in order to find the face value of the initial deposit, you need to use this formula. And these are the key factors in the formula. Therefore, continue with the calculation, and then you'll get 950.15 cents. The total of the second deposit should be RM2000 using the same formula, same compound, T minus to 3 years. Initial deposit will also grow. First of all, how do we find the x in the equation? Firstly, 1 plus 0.07 over 2 to the power of 3 times 2 needs to be calculated. And after we got the answers, which is 1.2293, we shall multiply with 950 and 15 cent, and therefore we get 800 ringgit 831 ringgit point 98 cent, and that number must be divided with 1.2293 to get the answer, which is 676.79.
Question 3. Jeremy invests 90,000 ringgit into an account at an interest rate of K% compounded quarterly. After 5 years, the account balance is 25,640 ringgit 74 cents. Determine the A interest rate K% compounded quarterly. Find K, we need to use future value formula where S is 25,640.74, P is 20,000, R is K, M is 4, and T is 5. So we will rearrange this formula to this and do the calculation, and we will get the answer, which is 5%. Question B. Total amount if the investment was extended for another 2 years. For this question, we need to use future value formula, which is S equal to P plus R per M to the power of MT. So we need to put the value in this formula, and we will get P is 25,640.74, R is 5%, M is 4, and T is 2. So we will need to calculate this formula, and we will get 38,319 ringgit point 84 cents. Question C. Total interest earned for 7 years. For this question, we need to use interest formula, which is I equal to S minus P. So we need to put value in this formula where S equal to 28,319.84, P is 20,000. So we just do the calculation, and we will get 8,319 ringgit 84 cents.
Let's move on to question 4. An executive traded his car for 24,000 ringgit and topped it up with his savings of 6,000 ringgit to buy a new car. The new car is listed at 66,000 ringgit. He obtained a loan from a finance company to settle the balance of the purchase price. He has agreed to settle the loan by monthly payment to be made at the end of each month for 5 years. The interest on the loan is 13%, compounded monthly. A. Find the monthly payment. First, let's summarize the important details from the problem. The price of the new car is 66,000. The executive traded in his car for 24,000. He also used 6,000 from his savings. The interest rate on the loan is 13% per year, compounded monthly. The loan is to be paid back over 5 years with monthly payments. Now let's break down the calculation step by step. First, we find the total amount of the executive has contributed so far. The 24,000 trade-in value with the 6,000 from his savings are total to 30,000 ringgit. Next, we calculate the balance of the car's price that need to be financed. The car's price is 66,000 and we subtract that with the contribution price, which is 30,000 ringgit. We will get 36,000 ringgit. Now let's move on to calculate the monthly payment of the loan. We'll use the formula for the monthly payment of an annuity, which is present value. Now we need to find the R. A is the principal amount, which we will put 36,000. I is the monthly interest rate, which is 13% per year compounded monthly. We will put 0.13 by 12. N is the number of monthly payments, which is 12 months per year for 5 years. We will put 12 times 5. We need to find R. To find R, we will move the 36,000 to be divided by 1 minus and everything of that. So we will get R equals to 816 ringgit and 11 cents. B. Calculate the interest charged. We need to find the total amount paid over the 5 years and the interest paid. First, we calculate the total amount paid. Total payment equals to monthly payment times number of months. So 819 ringgit 11 cents times 60. We will get 49,146.60 cents. Next, we find the interest paid by subtracting this principal from the total payment, which is interest equals to total payment minus principal. So 49,146 ringgit 60 cents minus 36,000 equals to 30,146.60 cents. C. Immediately after paying the 50th payment, he decided to settle the balance of the loan. Find the balance. When we want to settle the balance of the loan, we need to find the present value, which is A. We can say that the number of remaining payments. So 60 minus 50 equals to 10. That is the remaining payments to be settled. Now let's use the present value formula and plug in the values, which is R is 819 ringgit 11 cents and I is 0.13 divided by 12 and N is the number of payments made, which is 10. So we do the math and we will get 7,720 ringgit and 47 cents. D. If he fails to pay the first 5 monthly payments, find the amount he has to pay on the 6th payment in order to settle the outstanding areas. So, the executive fails to pay the first 5 monthly payments. We need to find the 6th payment to settle the outstanding areas. So, when we pay for the 6th payment, therefore, we need to calculate as 6. We will use future value formula on this. So, we will put in the values, which is R is 819 ringgit 11 cents, I, which is 0.13 divided by 12, and the N. N is the number of times payments were made. We will put that as 6. So, our equation will look like this, and when we do the math, we will get 5,049 ringgit and 70 cents.
A factory paid a 15% down payment to buy a machine that cost Rm 140,000. The factory will pay Rm 15,000 at the end of each 6 months to repay the balance of the purchase price. The interest charge is 15% compounded semi-annually. Find the number of years needed for the balance to be paid in full.
First, a machine cost 140,000 with a 15% annual interest rate. Compounded semi-annually, a deposit of 21,000 was made, leaving a balance of 119,000. Payments of 15,000 are made every 6 months. We use this formula. A equal to R, 1 minus, open bracket, 1 plus R per M, close bracket, negative N per R per M. Here, A equal to 119,000. R, which is payment, equal to 15,000. Read 0.15 M 2. First, substituting the values, and then simplify step by step. Multiply 119,000 by 0.075, and then divide by 15,000. Subtract 1, remove the negatives, take logs, and solve for N. In conclusion, N equal to 12.64. Convert to years, so it will take about 6.32 years to pay off the balance. That's it.